on another adventure. No need to worry, I'll be your mentor. Before we get going on this wonderful trip, gotta stop at the roost and you better leave a tip. Say hello to my friends at the bar. When you come to this place, they know who you are. Pouring some shots, meet a new friend, just when you thought that this was
Hey everyone, welcome to AstroSmash Mondays. Hey, I'm back. I skipped a week. Hey, we have another member here, a little doggy. What's happening, Papa Pete? He's out on his phone right now, so he's a little shaky, but I think we can hear him almost, right? Maybe not. He's doing the robot right now. We'll find out. Jeff, thanks for coming. How you doing today, man?
Good. I almost didn't make it. We've been moving all weekend. I just literally got back about 10 minutes before showtime here.
Very cool. Yeah, I literally got in here too. I was kind of late. I had my roof was finally done, and then they were tearing off like the metal and the what do they call that? The fascia, and they got to do all the gutters and everything.
Over trying to get a leak, didn't you?
Yeah, dude. Like we just had new drywall put on the kitchen ceiling, and then all of a sudden, like a month later, I'm starting stuff's bubbling up. I'm like, what's going on? We had to pull the tape, and then it's all just all water up there. And I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And I was like, can we patch it? Nope. Got to get a roof. So spending a bunch of money. What's up, chat? What's up, man? Yeah, right. You know, it's just like since I've had the house, you know, I've been here now 11 years in this one, and I've replaced the furnace, I've replaced the central air, the hot water tank, the washer and dryer, the fridge, and now the roof and the gutters. Hopefully there's nothing left to replace after that.
Yeah, really.
Just, oh my goodness, you know how many games that could have bought?
That's right. There'll always be more, though. There'll always be more to replace them.
That's very true.
Just be glad that leak didn't hit the game collection.
Yeah. I'm glad I caught it sort of early. I mean, it did do some a piece of drywall in in a little 2x2 area is not a bad thing, but if it would have got like something electrical hitting or something, or made mold or something, it would have been worse. But yeah. So how was everybody's weekend? Pretty good. Papa Pete's still on holiday right now.
Yeah. My vacation week right here, so
yeah.
I'm just on here for a second. I'm just wanted to stop on, say hi to you guys. I haven't talked to you in a few days. I know Jeff's doing the big move. DJC's getting ready for some big things in the next few days. So pop on and I had met today for the first time. The Intellivision collector Luke from out in BC is actually out in this neck. Met up today. Oh, wow. I had a little post on my. I had some stuff from Luke that I'm going to show off on my channel there not too long from now, probably the next couple of weeks. And, man, great television collection, eh? And it was just so awesome to be able to meet up with somebody, like who I've become good friends with here, like you guys. And, you know, it's sort of a strange thing, right, where we live so far apart and we may or may not meet up and see each other face to face, but at the same time we're getting to know each other here, and it's just one thing that I really about the whole community, whether it's the community or the Amico community or even the YouTube community in general. So really thankful. Today what it taught me is how great it is to be able to meet these people face to face, and how lucky we are to be able to have the technology we do to make the friends we do, because you guys mean a lot to me, because you're great guys, and I'm lucky to be able to meet you. So. And I just wanted to pop on for a few minutes tonight. I'm probably going to go here pretty quick because I got family stuff going on, waiting for the other kid to show up, and I just wanted to say that and say thank you for the show, and I can't wait to be back on it next week. Maybe DJC, right? Talk a little bit more on television.
We will. There'll be a lot more to talk about. I got some big announcements, as you know, and over the next couple of days, we'll share that with everyone. But very awesome, man. Thanks for stopping in, man.
Yeah, right on. Well, thanks for having me as always. I wish I could stick around, but hey, other things to do,
That's right.
make, and that's perfectly understandable. So
Yes, it
there's
is.
also, just so everybody knows, the guys who watch, there's not going to be, Jeff and I are not going to have a show tomorrow night. I will put a post on my YouTube page or on my Facebook page. I'm going to have a show. He's busy moving, and I'm busy, I guess, being on vacation. I think I'd rather be on vacation than trying to move. But hey, that's it's all very positive stuff. But
Yeah.
we'll be back, whether it's just gabbing about something or whether it's another wrestling video games and retro adventures. We'll be back a week from tomorrow night. So
love those.
Right
Those
on.
are awesome. Always a good time.
right on. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you.
Yes.
Listen, I am going to sign off now. Let you guys go to it. So thank you,
Sure.
Chuck. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Pete.
Hope everything's going great. Okay. See you guys.
Talk to you soon.
Chuck, I'm looking at myself in this new spot.
Yeah, isn't it
I
weird?
look like I'm in a hostage situation. I feel like I should be reading a letter.
That's so great. Oh my goodness! How does it feel to finally be moved in and kind of be? You're not really settled, I would per se, but you got at least the computer set up, so that's always good.
We have the basics here. I mean, we still got a ton at the apartment to move. I mean, it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff, and I showed you a glimpse of what I have here, and I still have.
Right.
I might have just as much still to move in. I didn't realize how much game stuff I had. It's been packed up for years, actually. So yeah, I got to get all that done. And but you know what's great is I'm in my own room.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because were you out in the main room of your house, like at the last one, right?
Well, we were in an apartment, and it was
okay.
The family room and kitchen. It was like a long room, like all kind of connected. And so I was on one far end.
Yeah.
And then, but everyone that came in and out of the front door, or half the time you could hear people like using the microwave. You hear the beeps in the background. So I'm just glad to have.
That's good, man. That's a good feeling. Yeah, it's good to move in a new place, and you just got like Pete said, it's like a new palette. A blank slate. You can just kind of redesign everything the way you want it. That's kind of what I did when I moved into this place here. I had my arcade stuff and had my game room, and now I did this whole thing down here. And I love Lance hostage situation. No, I'm not wearing an orange jumpsuit, but I appreciate the humor. Oh my goodness. Yeah, some crazy stuff this week. But let me see, what topics did I almost forgot the topics. I didn't even
I did bring I have my Intellivision 2 over here.
Nice. Now, did you ever?
Are still there.
Obviously, that was the first thing when you set foot in the new house was to hook up your Intellivision, right? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's in here, but what stinks? I brought it in. I was carrying a couple of things. I was trying to do something, and it fell and hit the ground. I opened it. It was in a box, though, so I opened it up. It looks fine. Nothing's cracked. Hopefully nothing busted inside. But those old systems are pretty.
Yeah,
tough.
I was gonna say you could probably drop a Master System up from the roof and it'd probably bounce. Those things are and an Intellivision too. That's funny. So I was just gonna talk about my top 5 classic games. And you might have some of these in your collection. I might have some weird. You might have some weird ones that I like that most people don't, but
I can tell you if I do. I have my list on Google Sheets. I've got it pulled up.
Oh yeah. Oh the full 125 list.
Well, all the ones that I have.
Oh, gotcha. Because I had Intellivision Collector, and I don't know if it's still up on there, but I don't know if I have them here. Well, sort of. It's like I printed out you can't even see that. But I printed out a list off of that website because he had a collector. He had all your INTV stuff, all your check out the new hats. Oh. I want my NTV.
Oh, very cool.
Available nowhere, folks. So so I printed those up, and that's how I started. It was literally during the beginning of the lockdown. I'm like, well, if I'm sitting here, I'm just going to start ordering games, I went through all the lists of what I had, and every week I order 4 or 5 games, and as much as it. Oh yeah, here's a good one. How would you list the original 4 IntelliVoice games? Now, mind you, this is just a backdrop here. I'm doing some construction behind here, so this is going to be hanging up for about a week. Pretty silly, because look how huge the games look, because the aspect ratio is wrong on the banner. But, I can still see my IntelliVoice game. So, for me, I would say Space Spartans has got to be my favorite. And that might not be very popular with a lot of people, but I love the computer. Hello, Commander, computer reporting, shields, 3/4 down. I love everything about that game as far as IntelliVoice. My second one would be, I'm trying to think, money for nothing, shills for free. Hey, that's, I'm a free shill, which those are very rare. But remember, I am number 1, so I wear that with a badge of honor, right? And, I'm trying to think. Solar Sailor would be last. I never got into it too much. I love the Tron license, but if I do Tron, it's got to be Deadly Discs.
You know what, Chuck? Papa Pete was playing Solar Sail a while ago.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
And I've never seen it, but I was fascinated by the game because it looked cool.
Yeah.
I don't think that's one of the more popular games, but it looked really neat. And then the voice going along with it, I was like, wow, it just seemed like an unbelievable game for 1982 or
maybe. Yeah, I think it was 81 or 82. Isn't that nuts, the technology that system had back then?
Watching, I was like, this game it just looks so cool for such an old game.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because that one I never got into too much. and I own it. B-17 Bomber is another one. I'd have to rank that as second to last. So my numbers, I'm doing these all out of order. And so number 2 would have to be Bomb Squad, because Bomb Squad, trying to cut the wire, solder this, put this here, just the funny voices, trying to, yeah, you're right. Solar Sailor was Keith Robinson's game. I need to get into it more, and I might have to rewatch that the video that Papa Pete did, because that would actually just kind of show me how to visually play it than having to go through the manual again. It does look very interesting. But yeah, so my number 1 for voice and Intellivision would be the Space Spartans. Number 2 would be Bomb Squad, and then I'd say B-17 Bomber and Solar Sailor. So that's my 4 on that. As far as my top 5 and stuff I'd recommend, it's always different. I guess in no particular order, you'd have to be Astro Smash, Chip Shot Super Pro Golf, which I kind of want to get into later. That's one of my favorite golf games. I think for the next show, I need to take some more. Exactly. That's why I love that game. Hello, Commander. Computer reporting. Such great. They'll be looking for us. Such great voice out of that system, because I don't know how they did that back then. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, the voice was really good on that machine.
Yeah, the computer had a female voice. It's like, hello, Commander, computer reporting. It almost sounded like Sigourney Weaver, like when she did the Galaxy Quest movie, and she's like, I have one job on here. Is talk to the computer. It's stupid, but it's my job. Anyways, yeah, that reminds me of that. But it's unbelievable because it really sounds good. I mean, like you said, 81, 82, you had the giant module you had to plug in to do that, but it was awesome. But I'd say as far as my top 5, I'd say the Astro Smash, Chip Shot, Super Pro Golf, Las Vegas Poker and Blackjack. I love the Shifty Eye Dealer. Man, I could change it up all the time, but there's so many I can't even do in a top 5. It'd more like a top 20. But I'd have to put Night Stalker in there just because I had so many hours playing that as well. And then Bandits, Bandits, 12 o'clock. Such a great game. I'd even throw horse racing up in there. That'd be kind of an odd one. But it's one that literally you have to open that manual and read. Because when that screen pops up, it's like numbers and symbols everywhere. And even back in the day, I was like, I can't. I just kept pressing stuff till the race started. Then I realized you hold in the button and it switches the screen. when you let go, it goes back to the other screen. So I was like, well, why does that do that? But it's like you hold in, look at the stats of the horses, pick the ones that have the best odds from all the races, look at the track conditions, then you'd place your bet for each horse, and then you'd control, I think, depending on the controller you had, you controlled a certain horse, and you could coax them, hit the whip, which would go whoosh, and then and make them go faster and sprint at the last second to get up there. But yeah, horse racing's. Did you ever get horse racing or no?
I have horse racing.
Oh, that's cool.
How does the game work though, Chuck? Is it a game like? Do you have a certain number of races you have to go and see how much money you can make?
Yeah, it goes race by race, and then basically it's kind of like what you have in your. It's basically There's also another homebrew of a Intellivision voice game, and it's called Space. That with he's covering it up with symbols, but yeah. Kind of a nasty game, but I have it because I collect the homebrews. You know what are you gonna do? No, it's basically you go race by race. You kind of have like almost like a bank account, and so you just bet money, and then if you win money, I think it's if you're it's basically the horse you're betting on is what you're going. And and it was funny because me and my buddy, because I picked the flashback up camping last summer. And we're sitting out on the picnic table. I had one of those little battery generators. I'm like, and I had a little 10-inch TV. And I was like, that will easily power a flashback and the little TV for 5 hours. So I'm like, all right. So we played a couple of rounds of baseball. We did some bowling. And you could. I think you could. 8 players. Yeah, 10 racetracks total.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. 8 players betting.
Cracked the whip. What's up, Nikki? How's it going? Yep, crack the whip. Yeah, she was there actually when she goes on our camping trips. We were playing that, and then one of my controllers broke. And I was like so bummed because we were like all getting into it. We're like reading, we pulled up the manual online and we're like, how do you play? We're like, oh yeah, you place your bet, do this. And we're trying to figure out what, and I'm like, why isn't my controller, it's supposed to be controlling the horse, but it only goes up, it won't go back down. And then I plugged in like I think Night Stalker or something where I checked the directions, and the disc, like 2 of the directions didn't work and 2 of the buttons stopped working on one of my controllers. And I was like, and they're so hard to find. I still haven't found a replacement. Wow. But because I really like that the flashback because it's really cool. I like Pete's that has that whole the modded one. It's the ultimate flashback.
Yeah, that one has HDMI, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think he's got the HDMI and the all the homebrews. Well, at least a ton of them, and then the whole collection, like all the third-party games, like the Activision games and stuff like that.
Well, he has 2 things. He has the ultimate flashback, and then he has another one that's been modded.
Okay, yeah, he's got that one
Xbox
with the
mod.
yeah. It's got though. I can't. There's nothing I can't grab it. Banners falling down. It's basically it's like you get the AV jacks or the RCA jacks in it, in the original, which makes it look fantastic. I've been really looking on doing that myself. I'm not a big soldering guy or stuff, but I can usually tinker with some stuff. It's only like 3 solder points, I think. And then you drill a couple holes and you screw in the little jacks and then you solder to those. I'm going to try it because I have like 3 consoles and 2 of them have loose connectors. So I'm just going to take the one that has like the worst connector and just AV mod it. And if I mess it up, then unfortunately I messed it up.
Do you do soldering for your arcade?
No, everything I have is like quick disconnect. So it's basically, like I'll butt wires and then I'll do, but you do those little like click on, they call them quick connects or quick disconnects or whatever. What's this? Just like Barbie's Dream Horse on the DS, just with betting. Less petting, fewer hearts. Okay, it'd be nothing like it. That's funny. Yeah, horse racing's real fun. I'm trying to think of like some, excuse me.
Has that been announced for Amico?
I believe they were making it because I did like a pretty funny video about, I was like, why don't they do pony racing? I was like, My Little Pony tie-in. Uh-oh, someone's knocking at the door. Hey, what's happening, sir?
Hey, Pete.
Good to have you.
Another Pete.
Casey. Oh, no, he's gone.
Oh, no.
Oh, well. He'll. I think he might have had some audio issues. I don't think he heard us.
That was a shorter than Papa Pete.
That was we're having really short cameos today. But I know that I'm trying to think of some other ones that are really
Now, would bowling be in your top 5? Because I know you've mentioned.
I'm sorry. Yeah. That's I always forget because I have other favorite. Yeah, bowling has to be one of my tops. Just from the memory. I'm trying to think if. Hold on here. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Pete.
Maybe that's all he wanted.
He just wanted to show up and smile. But there's so many other ones like now you haven't played. Oh, here we go. All right, we're gonna try second attempt. There he is.
There we go.
I was like, maybe he just wanted to flash in and just make a quick appearance.
No, I loaded it in the wrong browser. That's what
okay.
How you doing?
Not too bad, sir. How are you?
Top 5 classic Intellivision
Yeah,
games?
so I think you could answer this, right? What is your of course, Cloudy Mountain or Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my gosh, classic Intellivision games. So obviously, probably top 5 is going to be Ice Trek.
Oh, good one, very good one.
Definitely Ice Trek. Demon Attack.
Oh, another good one.
Astro Smash.
Mm-hmm.
Atlantis. And Cloudy Mountain.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good. That's what I could
see that I'm really into Magic games.
Yes. Well, and then sometimes I forget because I was like I could do a top 20 or top 25.
Oh,
it's really hard to do a top 5 in one of my favorite consoles. Like it'd be hard to do that with NES too because there's so many good ones and it's.
Dude, I Magic did for Intellivision for me, in my opinion, what Activision did for Atari 2600 games in a lot of ways.
Yeah, you're right, and they're very different. Especially like Demon Attack for Atari 2600 is a way different game than it is for the Intellivision.
100%. But I just thought Magic put so much extra effort into their games. Like they really tried to get the power of the Intellivision out. I mean,
yeah.
I love Astro Smash because that's a much more approachable Space Invaders. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Space Invaders, let's be honest. It was the first of its generation, but
that does not hold up well. I agree with you there. Because even on my arcades, like I have the 60-in-1
you finish one screen and you're done. You've had your fill, right? But Astro Smash is like
it's only if it's in like the original cabinet where it had the mirrored background with like the moon and everything and had like the multicolor layers. Even then, I'll play it for a couple levels and I'm kind of over it. It's just kind of let me just address this real quick. I am not sure about this and I'm sorry. I know about as much as you on this part as the part situation. Yeah.
Prepare for a delay, everybody. I just say prepare for a delay.
Yeah,
unless Tommy's like just taking us all and wants to go surprise.
I really hope that.
Yeah, me too. But he did post an Atari Age today, which was kind of interesting. Like, Chuck, you want me to share what he said in Atari Age?
Absolutely.
He said they're working around the clock to try to figure out where they're going to should they manufacture in China for this first batch or bring it to the U.S. and put it together themselves to get it out. So they're looking at every option. Yeah, which I thought was cool to see.
Like I'd be happy really to just not to talk about this too much, but. Just to have the founders, the VIPs, just to get their pre-orders. Yeah. I just want to kind of get it in my hands.
I didn't come on here to talk Amico, dude.
Welcome to the second Amico. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, getting back to you can't escape it. You can't escape it.
Yeah, but Jeff, you're new to Intellivision, right?
Yeah, I was telling Chuck I have an Intellivision 2 that I got from Luke Boudreaux, and I just brought it to the new house.
He's like. The only thing is you can't play the Coleco games on that.
Yeah, Intellivision 2, it was a cash grab. Let's be honest, right, Chuck?
Yeah, it was just a shrunken down version. I didn't like I actually had one. I didn't mind it. Like I played it for a while.
Mine is packed behind boxes over here. I won't even display it. I accidentally displayed it 2 years ago, and Tommy gave me crap for displaying it. So,
tell me it doesn't look like an NES too. It has a very NES look to it. Like it's grayed out and the
deep
and black.
the disc. is like the disc and the buttons are. How could you make that worse?
Yeah, it's really. Oh, I don't have my other one.
Like, I mean, the
here.
Intellivision controller is already pretty crappy in a lot of ways, but how could you make it worse? The only redeeming factor for that controller is that it's detachable.
Removable, so you can replace it. Exactly. I was just telling Jeff earlier, I was like, I had my flashback and I took it up north last summer and we were playing the horse racing game. Me and my buddy were getting into it, and all of a sudden one of my controllers broke, and it's really hard to find. Yeah, right. NES looks like it. Yeah, that is true. That did come out first, right? But they're hard to
How
find.
does this not deserve a reimagining? Look at the artwork on that, Chuck.
That they had some great work.
That's beautiful.
I can't.
Dude,
pull
this
anything.
is better than Missile Command. Me and Papa Pete both agreed. This is by far better than Missile Command.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the graphics on that. Look at the graphics on. No wonder we're all going on Amico shit. We get this excited about
I tell you,
this.
when I see that, my jaw hits the floor. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
And I'm
my
moving
job. I've got an overbite, so oh, no, wait. I got 100% overbite, so
Oh wow.
overbite is when your
my
teeth
teeth
are in
really
front of
go.
your bottom teeth, right?
Yes.
Oh, I got.
Yeah,
that
I'm
one, too.
100%. I think the dentist told me you're probably 120. I'm like, how's that possible?
My teeth on the side go like inward, and I have like a really narrow mouth. Like, or
Jeff,
narrow,
get this
roof on
game,
my
buddy,
mouth.
if you don't have it already.
Yeah.
Well, let me check real quick. Atlantis. I have it.
Atlantis, dude, it's so better than the Atari version.
I have it. I'm ready to play that.
Dude, you got what? You've not played it?
No, because I didn't want to unpack everything because we were moving. Now we just moved.
Oh yeah, congrats by the way on
Thanks. So I was telling Chuck, I think
New background.
I always pretended that those Atlantis things were that the Empire Strikes Back stole them for the Battle of
Oh,
Hoth.
yeah.
Who stole what, right? Those the
Oh, that
worst
is
cannons
true.
ever in Star Wars. Like literally the worst things ever. Takes forever to power them up when they shoot at the walkers. It does nothing. What? It literally does nothing.
So great.
Sorry.
Yeah, Jeff, you got to get a big Go Game Go logo behind you or something on that wall now. That look really. Oh, he's like already ahead of you.
Let me pop a Pete.
this is the one my son printed. It's a 3D print.
3D print. Yeah, I got a few game signs. I got a Nintendo one here. I love the 3D printed signs. I put them on my shelves. But then when they fall, because at least the ones I got, they're very brittle. So it falls from like a foot above and it's shattered. But got the Evercade set up.
Every break I had from work today, I've been playing a new addiction on my Evercade.
Which cartridge?
But
Which game is that? Would that be? Would that be the Atari collection?
you'll know tomorrow, Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
It's the part of the Summer of Evercade series I'm doing.
That's awesome.
But it's probably the worst. It's the genre of video games I hate the most. Now I'm addicted to a game.
My favorite.
It's Pico 2.
Oh, nice. Do I have that? I think I have that. It's in there someplace. I'm under construction here, so I can't grab anything. But
What you building?
I'm redoing all my shelves back here. So this is actually a banner.
Why does that sound familiar to me?
I printed out a banner. I may or may not have said something off air to you last time.
During that epic post show yesterday, Chuck, where
man.
Our post Amico All Access was longer than the actual podcast.
Right. It sure was. But I do
Chuck
love this Evercade, though. I really love this Evercade. Like I've
Nah,
been playing Splatterhouse 2 and 3. Are one of my favorite.
Why is
Sega
one
Gen-
not on there? I wonder. Right?
One was only released on PC Engine, TurboGrafx PC Engine, so they'd have to get. But it's a Namco. You're right. They should at least done the arcade version of one because they still would have the rights to that.
When the Intellivision collection comes out in September, we should get on and you should
Yes,
we should get on and talk about it on the show on this one.
100%. Yes,
I get you to come on the Evercast with me and Rich and Ed, and you can because you and Pete know so much more about Intellivision than I do.
Yeah,
I've only been into Intellivision for the last 25 years, 30 years.
Yeah,
but
that was
because when I grew up, the Intellivision was a neighbor's kid at it, so I never got a chance to play it. I had my Atari.
Yeah, it's and that's what I played first, to be honest. I mean, I always say Intellivision was my first, but I mean, I think everybody's first was either Atari or you had like Gemini too, right?
I had the Gemini, yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
Atari. Yeah, And it's like my cousins had Atari. They always say, and it was weird because even back then, most going to do that Back to the Future reference. Nobody has two TVs, but back then they had the big floor TV.
I got two right here.
Yeah, I know. Well, back in the 80s or whatever. So like they had like a little 13-inch one. I think it was like on a milk crate or like an ottoman. And then the Atari was there, and then the regular TV was there. So the kids, the adults would do whatever they're doing. The kids would just sit on the floor on the carpet and play Atari, play Pac-Man.
Well, that's rolling with style. When I was a kid, I'd get home from school. My dad was a school teacher, so he'd get home at around 4. I'd get home at 3:30, and for that 30 minutes, I'd grab my Gemini, take it in my room, hook it up to the only TV, and play and hope my dad got delayed coming home from school. That was my 30 minutes of the TV every day.
It was those. I mean, and then trying to get the picture clear sometimes.
Oh yeah, and using the butter knife to screw in the little wings on there, and getting a shock from the TV. It's like,
oh man! And I used to always use, because I think ours plugged through. We had one of those giant set top antenna boxes with the knobs, and I believe we had to patch through that. And so to get rid of like a lot of the waves, you're actually playing with the rabbit ears and putting aluminum foil on and trying to do anything you can to get a clear picture, and it was just, what's happening, eating paste?
I was going to ask you, Jeff, what type of retro games do you like from that era? Do you like single screen games? Do you like ladder style games, or maze games, stuff like that?
Even today, I really like single screen games. And there was a bunch on the Evercade I was playing too. Like a Super Painter, you got your one screen. I always like, especially puzzle games, I like single screens and going after.
You would, if you like maze games that don't suck like Pac-Man, because I'm not a fan of Pac. I am mainstream games. I'm not a fan of.
I love Pac-Man, but go ahead.
But it's just slow, Chuck, and boring. Miss Pac-Man's so much better, but
yeah, actually that's the one I
Lock and Chase, Jeff. If you like maze games that have some action and something to do other than avoid ghosts, Lock and Chase is pretty fun.
I do have that for my Intellivision, and I played the arcade on Antstream.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Isn't Antstream awesome?
I love it. It's all free and there's tons of stuff to play.
So it's a bunch
of
retro games, like streaming service, right?
It's all type of retro console arcade. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
And they have fun leaderboards.
I do a weekly video now on for the VCS. I got one coming out tonight at midnight, where I do tournaments on it, Jeff. I did the Metal Slug tournament and the Elevator Action tournament. So I did a video on it. But yeah, Chuck, it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's Lance and a few people were talking about guilty pleasure games. I guess I'd be like a guilty pleasure game on Intellivision would be.
There you go. Metal Slug. There's Antstream.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I just survived for 39 seconds. No, because they slice it. But anyway, Chuck, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was like saying, Gil, I'm trying to think. Like once again, it's like there's so many. It's real hard to do like just one. Oh, good.
Retro oh my gosh, isn't that's coming on the Intellivision collection on Evercade?
Yes, it is, and that's one of the ones I'm super excited.
That game is so good. It's got like 3 levels, and it's a high score.
It's hard. It's hard because you got to either catch the mouse, and it's always running from you, catch the little the bat, before you can get energized. And anyways, that's going to be fantastic.
Guilty pleasure for me for mediocre games. Shit, I don't have many mediocre ones because I only buy what I want to play. I would say probably pinball is the one I play. Still play a lot. I still play pinball. It's good. It's a good pinball game. But
when you say pinball, it's like the sounds, the the sounds from that game are in my head, like embedded in my head, because they're just like so.
Oh my gosh, guilty pleasure. That's a hard one, right? I think Shark. That's a pretty crappy game, but it's super fun. I like playing it.
Like I have.
Did I just say Shark's pretty crappy? Well, I mean, it's not a complicated game. You eat fish, you get bigger, and you avoid stuff. But it is fun to play when you get into it.
Happy Trails, Lance. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's not bad.
It's kind of like Locomotion, but the Activision version, I guess.
Snafu.
Snafu's cool. I think if it guilty pleasure is one that's really not like exciting or something that people don't play much, I would say probably Las Vegas Poker and Blackjack because I love the Shifty Eye
that's
Dealer.
good.
So that would be
Royal Dealer.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Roulette's not bad either. It's kind of weird though because it's a straight roulette instead of a wheel.
It's hard, right? Because I don't consider if I own it, I don't consider it a guilty pleasure. I bought it for a reason. I guess probably Frog Bog.
See, I like that. I would go with that too.
That's a poorly rated game probably, but it's still fun to play. Like who doesn't like catching flies?
Okay, yeah, right. I got one though. I got Space Hawk.
Don't like that game.
That's an odd game.
I don't like that game.
And it has that and me and Papa Pete were talking about this. We talk about it a lot. It was kind of made to be like a Meteor Astro Smash kind of game, and that's why it has the same sound effects and almost the same setup. But then you just got the little dude shooting green stuff. Like it's really weird. And then, but horse racing was another one. But I talked about that earlier. But yeah, horse racing to me is really good. Yeah, Johnny, Royal Dealer. Yeah, that's a good one. They have really.
Nice thing about Intellivision getting into it too, right, Chuck? For Jeff, it's very affordable to get complete in box.
Yeah.
Except for like the high end ones, like Diner and stuff like that. But
there's a spiker listed right now on eBay, and I think it was over $5,000.
Is that any good?
Wow.
It's not a bad game. It's not a bad game because I played it on the Xbox for the Intellivision Lives, but I guess it's the most rare game. But there is the same guy selling. He must be selling his collection. He had a new in-box Diner, which was going for a lot. But they also had Super Pro Decathlon, Super Pro Wrestling, and Spiker Super Pro Volleyball, but they were in the thousands. I was like, I couldn't. Eventually I do want it, but it's like, I don't have that. I just had to replace my roof. I'm going broke here.
It's funny. Lance mentions Math Fun. I love that game. I love the Math Fun and Word Fun games.
Yeah. Oh, Hunter Cyrus. Yeah. I actually remember playing that, and the gorillas and he'd have to jump in the water, and you'd have to do the math problem to get him out of the water. A sealed copy of Space Hawk. I have no desire to. Well, that's how I feel about Vectron. I'm like, it'll stay sealed forever because I'll never play it. But it's part of my 125, and it was probably $2.
Yeah, we gotta hope it.
Spiker, the most expensive Intellivision game.
What Spiker? Yeah, that Spiker is the rarest and most expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, the most common expensive game is probably Diner. Diner's $150.
Yeah, that's not bad. You can get one. I've seen them go for a little over $200 too. It's there was another one.
Do you like Diner more than you like Burger Time?
I love them both. I'd say Burger Time I like more, but Diner's a very good sequel. Even though it's supposed to be Masters of the Universe, but
which I don't get. How?
I didn't know that until I looked it up, and it was like, the programmers, it was supposed to be a sequel to the Power of He-Man.
What was the premise going to be?
I was like, what does Snake Mountain have platforms and like weird stairs?
I don't understand what was happening there.
But if you look, like when you kick the food balls, they're little skulls. So it had to do something with Skeletor. But I'm like, why are they kicking skulls? I don't know. It was really weird.
It just felt like, I'm like, what? No.
Checkers, yeah. Checkers is that'd be kind of cool. I don't know if I've played Checkers since I've been a kid. Like I didn't remember how to play
those games, like those recreational games. Like I have zero interest in any of those on any platform at any time. Like I don't want to play chess on my video game. I don't want to play checkers in a video game.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just that. Like I'll play in real life. Like I'll get a board and I'll play. I don't want to play. The video game for me has always been about looking at that box when I was a kid or a young teenager and going away to that place the box told me. Like, checkers doesn't do it for me. I don't want to go to a world in which I'm playing checkers.
You had to your imagination really did have to go wild on that and go, okay, this is like, do you ever read the instructions or the backstory on a centipede box? It is the weirdest. I think I might have
one time. Wasn't that like some nuclear holocaust going on?
It's like, and then you're in the magical, like, and that's supposed to be a magic wand that's. It's so weird. Like you're a wizard with a wand and you're in a forest because after everything was destroyed, and it has this insane, by the way, yes, basketball was very cool. Very iconic too. But yeah, it has the most insane story I've ever seen. Reversing. I never got into that.
I never learned how to play that in real life, let alone in a video.
Because that's the one with like the black and white little
the
circles.
Little ones.
Yeah,
like the triangles, like triangle, like slash board. Yeah.
I guess if I learn how to play it, it might be good. I'm not a big, huge board game guy or like that type of things.
Oh, that's backgammon. That's backgammon.
Yeah, no, backgammon. I remember my neighbor
I got
had
Reversey here somewhere. I think I might have packed it away because I didn't want to look at it anymore.
Just turn it the other way so the label's facing the wall.
Yeah, it's somewhere here.
I had I was really into. I really like the sports games on Intellivision, and I'm not like a huge. Well, I shouldn't say that. I like hockey and baseball, but I'm not like a huge sports person. Like I don't really watch much football at all. I mean, I will maybe during the Super Bowl. But something about playing the Intellivision football or the baseball game and even the soccer game. Like I said, Spiker's not a bad one either. It's just not worth $5,000. It's maybe worth. In my honest opinion, if those were pretty common, it should be worth $5 or something. It's just the rarity that gets these things going up.
Yeah, it's worth what someone will pay for it, right?
Right. Interface. Now I have both these games, but I'm sorry to say I've never played either of them, but I have them both in box. So I think I played that on something else. I didn't play it on television, and then Blockade Runner I also have not played. On Intellivision. Yeah. I know I
still like him at like 40 or 50 games short. Maybe I think I got 98 Intellivision games, I think, of the 125.
That's really good. Yeah, I'm just a little under that.
But I haven't actively looked in years.
I just I can't look behind me because it's a banner. Oh, maybe I can. Oh yeah, wait, is it? I'm saying since this was printed, I've had like more games added. So
I can't believe you printed a banner.
What better way to and no one would know. Like, I mean, I guess if they really looked and went, "Hey, it's a banner," but you know what? They can't see up in this, and looks like it's the same.
Got way too much time going.
I do. I'm obsessed with Vistaprint. They're one of the best printing companies. No matter what I'm at,
that's where Chuck works, by the way.
Vistaprint. Yeah, I should at this point. I gave them so much of my money, but I like literally if I have an idea, I'm like, oh, I want to do this, and I want to do a flyer or a poster, and like I was like, I'm going to print a backdrop before I tear up, and literally 4 days later, it's on my porch.
So where's all your merch at? Why don't you link to your merch? Like or is that? It's like, why can't I buy things? There's no link to it anywhere.
It's so weird. I know it's so weird. One day maybe.
He's got more merch than anybody.
So much.
He wears it all, and no way to get it.
Maybe one of these gaming conventions. I'm going to bring a bunch of merch for people.
You should just buy a table. Come up.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. Like, because I do have a ton, and like most of it I use for giveaways, just because any word of mouth stuff is always good for anything, both my music and this. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and I don't know. It seems like it's like if you. Because I've looked at like TeePublic and Spreadshirt and a bunch of other ones. I'm not going to call any of them out. They're fantastic sites. I don't know. I think it doesn't really give you. I think a lot of it's expensive, or it doesn't give enough revenue to be.
You
it's
hardly anything.
Yeah, and I think if I was going to
$2 a shirt.
And what's weird is like when I'll go through either like I love Vistaprint and I have another couple T-shirt. People that I go through for my music. I can't remember. One's local. I have to look it up because it's been like a year since I used them. And I get a pretty good price. So it's like I'd rather make the shirts myself than have them go through one of those sites. I guess I'm just being lazy, and I should probably open up a merch site or link it to something where I could sell it. I guess I could throw my on eBay, but even that's like then I got to pack them and send them out.
There's all this effort involved.
So much effort.
That's where it all goes downhill.
I mean, that's why it's available nowhere.
Yeah, that's why it's available.
Yeah, they're going to be mostly giveaways. If I do a convention, I'll sell them very cheap. But yeah, I will bring some if I come out there. I wouldn't mind doing that because that would just be so much fun. Plus to meet everyone and excuse me, allergies are kicking my butt. Just to meet everyone and just hang out and talk games, look at different booths and stuff like that, different presentations.
Yeah, conventions are great, man. I love going to conventions. Especially you get to see some stuff and get some really good deals, especially if you're there on the last day when everybody's desperate to sell. They don't have to pack up their stuff again.
Yeah, it's because oh my god, so that's another thing is because then you find some deals, or maybe you have, because I have a box of Intellivision stuff. I should probably ask you, Pete, which you have, because I have a box of extras that I don't think it's one of those things too. It's like they're commons, but some people might not have them.
Yeah,
and if they're decent, complete in boxes,
I need to put a list of mine together. What I have for Intellivision.
Yeah, because I wouldn't mind like giving them to someone, because I'd rather just ship it to someone than try to sell it on eBay, have to pay the fee, do this, do that. It's rather just ship it to someone that likes it.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta check what my number is for my Intellivision. I never know. I've got this like Games Connect kind of place to like tracks all my collection, but I find that games disappear out of it all the time.
Yeah, I printed out, and I said this earlier too, is I printed out from Intellivision Collector. I don't know if it's still on their site, because I know they went down and they came back up, but I printed a collector list for all the original 125. It's like 3 pages long, and I filled the whole first page, half the second page, and I'm getting into now I'm getting to the INTV stuff and the second releases of like the baseball and all the other stuff, and then I still don't. I think I'm missing. Okay, they're on the print. I think I'm missing Fathom and Whitewater and Trucking and Safecracker for a Magic, but I have everything else.
How many was a Magic anyway? Was it 11?
There's a lot. There's a lot, because I don't have that many.
I don't have many either. I've got.
I think someone posted like 20 something.
Is it 20? No, it couldn't be. I don't know. That's a lot.
Yeah, I have 12 iMagic games. That's it.
Oh, you've got a lot more than I do then. Because I think I've only got
Chuck?
Oh, the big mirror. I could see it reflecting.
Right there.
Let me open up my browser a little bit. Oh yeah, now I see them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, you got some Atari ones.
The stuff behind me is usually what I like.
You got the Atari ones too. I could tell by the spine, the different color.
Yeah, they're all blue. They rim the spine.
That's
Trucking
cool.
in Whitewater. Yeah. My Trucking is almost brand new. But it was new. It was sealed, and I opened it up.
Lance says there's 21 iMagic games. I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah,
iMagic or eMagic, however you say it.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Retro gaming. Oh, yeah, too many games. Yeah, Lance. That's kind of what I wouldn't mind going to. Too many games, and then Portland retro gaming.
Portland's the one I go to.
Next year in 2022.
What's that?
Paul, Pete, and I are talking about going to too many games in 2022.
Yeah, I think I'm going. I'm definitely going to fly into Philly for the weekend.
That's awesome.
I want to go. I've been wanting to go to too many games for like years.
Yeah, Pete always talks about that. So and then Jeff has too. I really I probably go to that and that's this October, or is that next year?
No, next year. They're having one in October. I'm not going to that one, but.
Yeah, I don't know if I might. I'd have to see. I mean, I
want to do Portland Retro Expo again because it's only like a 6-hour drive for me. So.
Yeah, I really do need to complete my Magic collection. That is true. Like it's just it comes down to money, and I say that because then I'll go buy something stupid that costs more than what I was like. Oh, I don't want to spend that on a game, and then I'm like, well, why wouldn't I? 7 Activision games. So I think I will only because I love the Activision boxes, by the way. They look so cool. So I got Pitfall Stampede, Happy Trails, Dreadnought Factor. Dreadnought Factor is a great shooter. Beam Rider. Beam Rider is an underrated one, too. It's almost like a
Pitfall
flat
and my Intellivision is garbage. I need to get it replaced.
I got to see. I might have an extra Pitfall.
Yeah, my box is like barely. It's right there.
I gotta check
collection, and it's like falling apart. It's missing the top and bottom pieces.
Yeah, I think I gotta check. I think the reason it's an extra is probably because I found a better one and put that one in the box. So I'd have to.
I'm always on the lookout for a better Pitfall box.
What's going on, CM Retro Gaming? Yeah, too many. COVID screwed things up. Yeah, it really did. Yeah, it's just
saved us a bunch of money, I guess, though.
I mean, I sat home and spent more, so I was like, it kind of made me because I just sat there going, And what I ended up doing, because I always owned a 3DO, but I ended up rebuying a 3DO just to play that Carnival sim style game where you create your own like little, it's called Theme Park. And for some reason, I was sitting there and I was on YouTube and someone was playing Theme Park. And I'm like, I'm just going to buy a 3DO again because I wanted to get back into it. And because I owned the console back, right as it went on clearance. Obviously not for $7.99. But it was one
thing you could ever do is watch videos of somebody's.
I know. And then you're like, I want that. Well,
I want that.
Yeah. Well, Bacon Ice Cream, great channel, by the way. Go sub to him. He's amazing. But I watch his 5 for 5 on the Sega Master System.
Oh,
I never played the Sega Master System. I don't own it. I've never even had a friend that. See that they look so like I want to collect those games. I love the little grid system on all the boxes. They have like the little square grid. Wow.
I've got mine right here beside me because I was doing some organizations and then Rich got me interested in playing again.
Oh, Spider-Man!
You ever know Spider-Man came out?
Wow.
No. Well, I was so stupid that
Worst cartridges ever.
Oh yeah, they're ugly cartridges for sure. But they match the system though. I forgot
the N64 took inspiration and said we don't need spine text.
You're right, George. It was underrated. Although it was because there were so many developers that wouldn't make games for it. That's why a lot of their first party stuff was not the greatest. I guess if I said that right. But I do like it. I think it's a charming console. It just didn't get the push it was supposed to.
Missile Defense 3D.
Oh, so that's like Missile Command, right?
It's their take on it. Yeah.
Their take, yeah. That's
I'm the same way with Rich. I've been watching his Master System videos and never touched one, never played a game, nothing.
Right, I know. Right?
Oh, Master System. I have one complete in box with the 3D glasses and everything. I love the Master System. It's got better graphics than my poor Outrun. I need to get a new box. Why would people tear off the UPC symbol?
That's so dumb.
But it's got better graphics in general, more than the NES. It just doesn't sound as good. The US version.
Yeah.
The US version have a mono chip in it for sound, and Japanese version of it has the stereo sound.
Tech Toy Master System stuff.
If you're ever going to get a Master System games, guys, these are 2 games you should get. The Wonder Boy Mega Collection.
Yeah, I definitely want that.
Wonder Boy and Monsterland. 2
Wow, I didn't know Monsterland came out on that.
Well, this is Wonder Boy for the Sega is basically oh my god. The Hudson game.
Bonk?
No.
Hudson Soft.
Yeah, the famous one, that Hudson. They had to rebrand it for the Genesis. That's why it was called Wonder Boy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because it was I know what you mean. Yeah, because I have one that's Monster Lair. Well, that was for PC Engine though, or Turbo Graphics.
Oh yeah. The Turbo Graphics had one of those games, but it was a completely different name.
Yeah,
Adventure Island.
Adventure Island. Yeah, that's. I was like, that's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah,
so it's Wonder Boy. It's basically Wonder Boy, right?
And they got one of those for the Switch now. It's what is it? It's
they got a bunch of them out. The
reimagined
ones.
The Ashra and it has like the little green girl with the I
want
to get that. I definitely want to get. Oh, Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX. Wow. It's like a thin case. Like
it's reversible case. Cover.
Oh, that's nice.
It's reversible. I put the crap. It even got the Master System old school
thing. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm literally so Rich really got me. I've been watching those for what I don't know. He's been doing for like a month, maybe longer. And I was like, you know what, Rich, you have literally got me in to start collecting for Master System. So my new little collection is
pretty affordable.
Think about the games are very affordable. I mean, there's a few that are
there's always a few. Like there's not too many North American Master Systems games. There's a lot more. Plus, it's region free, so Europe had a lot more Master System games than North America, and a lot of really good ones. And then South America had a bunch too, because it was super popular. The Master System was more popular in Europe than North America.
When Intellivision remakes Atari's Adventure, do you think they'll be using the Running Man?
They'll be using them in Cloudy Mountain.
Yeah, I see. I like that because when I first heard about when they were doing a new Intellivision, I was like, I kind of was hoping that all games would look like Cloudy Mountain, where it was all blocky, like the blocky style graphics that they always were famous for, but a little polished, kind of like Cloudy Mountain. And
so that's kind of funny, right?
Everybody
gives Tommy crap. Says, "Oh, you're anti-pixel games. You don't want 16-bit games."
That's all they did.
Cloudy Mountain. The actual character is a bit character. Like,
yep.
Seriously, guys.
And it looks beautiful. And the Night Stalker looks beautiful. That's why I hope a lot more reimagined games
Night Stalker yet. I need to play that. I want to.
The multiplayer looks really crazy.
Yeah, I want to see like hopefully they've added some different meta game to it. That's how I hope for all the Reimagined games. There's extra meta, and I know there is. Like, he put boss fights in Astro Smash, so I can only imagine what he did with Night Stalker.
That's why I was thinking there might be like a end boss on Moon Patrol, because they've only have that one playable level.
Well, no, they added the mini games in Moon Patrol, which I love. I told Tommy that you can make a complete new game between that little shooter in the.
I forgot about the little warp tunnel. Yep. Yeah.
Moon Patrol is going to be awesome. I'm so looking forward to that game.
It's that looks really cool.
But oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Moon Patrol. I don't know how familiar it is. It's one of my favorite arcade games of all time. But the 5200 version of it is amazing.
I wanted to get that homebrew. It was called Space Patrol, and you went to different planets like Mars. You had the rover on Mars, and then you started to the moon, and then you went to like Saturn, now it's like going for so much. Yeah. You have any homebrews for Intellivision?
Yeah, I've got what I've got here, Miner 2049er and the Donkey Kong one, DK Arcade.
I want to get that one too.
Rick Dynamite.
Rick Dynamite's so great. And I heard it's going to be very rare to find.
I want Intellivision. That's the one I'm waiting for it to come back.
I just played it. For the first time. It's Castlevania on television. It's just
really slow and kind of lethargic. Right?
No.
I heard it plays like the Game Boy version of Castlevania. If you played the Game Boy versions of it, it's really the first two. Really slow.
I just started on the Switch. I got the Intellivision or the Castlevania collection.
Well, so the Game Boy versions are on there. Try the Game Boy version.
I'll check it out.
Tell me if it's because I've heard that it's got that slow pace.
Yeah,
which I'm okay with. I like the Castlevania games on Game Boy.
Yeah, to me, because I just got done playing like a couple levels on the old NES one, and then I went back, and that's when I opened it up and I played it. I said, "This is a pretty fair port for that." But once again, the problem is your side buttons are with.
Who's selling it again, Chuck?
Are they selling it?
Is it collect? Who sells the game?
Intellivision Revolution.
Intellivision Revolution.
And then you go to their store, and it should have it in there.
I am so wanting it. I've been waiting for it to come out and back in stock so I can order it.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back. I would love to see that too. That's just all about that licensing.
Yeah, it's that's the problem with the Intel. You were mentioning the buttons, right? It's just that's a problem.
Yeah,
with it.
I couldn't because you know how you have to jump up and hit the candlestick to get it was it was so hard to get my fingers to go jump and hit because you're going like this. It's like playing a guitar. That's more the Intellivision design and not the game. I mean, where else are you going to put them? You can't. If you put them on the front, then you wouldn't be able to control. So it's just how it is.
Yeah, I want to get that one in Heli too. The Hero clone one. I want to get that one. I want that one to come to. There's a person making a Hero inspired game.
Yeah.
That I want to see come to the Amico eventually. It's basically kind of a reimagined version of Hero.
That would be
which Heli is based on, right?
Right, yeah. And I want to get that one too. And I believe he's saying they're sold out as well.
Yeah, I just checked again.
Yeah, as far as a date about the supplier components, we kind of addressed this a little earlier. I'm not sure. I'd like to know that too. I don't know.
Demon Attack would be awesome. Yeah,
Demon Attack. Yeah.
He needs to make Atlantis. That's BS that he doesn't want to make Atlantis. What's wrong with him?
Hey, Shondell, how's it going? Yeah, I know. You're like, make that Atlantis. Now, wait, they didn't put any magic on the. I'm trying to remember. It was on the Evercade. No, they didn't.
No, I hope they do. That would be an amazing Intellivision collection. The Magic collection.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. That could be.
Imagine,
I keep telling Tommy, and I
imagine then I could sell all my Magic games for a big profit and just buy one Evercade card.
right. Oh, this is true, Lance. Right here, Christmas Carol. That was one of the first when I started getting into homebrews. I was like, I should buy that, and I'm like, $65. That's a lot. You know, like you don't think right off the bat. You're like, that's just too much. And then a few years go down, and now it's like $200-300 because it's all out of print. Yeah, I wish I would have got it.
I just ordered 2 Jaguar homebrews from Fun Stock for the Atari Jaguar.
Wait. Oh, what is it called?
Two homebrew games for the Atari Jaguar. Fun Stock had them on sale.
What do they make? I didn't even know they were doing that. I guess
I surprised me. I got it sent to me by someone on the channel. So there's 3 they got available. I ordered 2. There's Impossible. I love that name. Switchblade and Head Over Heels. I got Impossible and Switchblade. That's the 2 I ordered.
Impossible was on TurboGrafx.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, because I think I had that at one point.
Yeah, so the Impossible. So they said a Jaguar reasonably priced, $44, so $60 Canadian. I literally have 1 game for my Jaguar, and it's that silly pack-in.
Yeah.
Where the computer keeps telling you you're a crappy flyer. What is that called? Where did you learn to fly? That's what she keeps telling you as you're crashing into the mountains. What is that game called? It's a pack-in on the Jaguar.
See, and I never got into this.
One that it starts with Cyber? It's like
Cybermorph.
Yeah.
Yes. So I got that with my Jaguar, and that's the only game I got on my Jaguar. And I can't play it because she drives me nuts. She goes, every time I crash, and where did you learn to fly?
I always see people doing a lot of that stuff, and
Jaguar. I love.
I never got into it. I don't know much about it, so like I've just seen stuff that looks kind of cool.
You can live through me when I get them in a couple months, and I'll do an unboxing video of those, and I can finally dust off my Jaguar. I don't even know where my Jaguar's at, actually. Packed somewhere.
Yeah, as far as Johnny was asking earlier, what are the percentage you think if founders or pre-orders may come out? I don't know. I'd say 50-50 the way I'm thinking right now. I think if it does get a delay, which I'm guessing it will, I don't see it being. I see it maybe being the beginning of the year, or something like a few months or a couple months. I don't know. Pete says no. I don't know. I don't accept that. I don't accept that. I like I said, I'm going to be optimistic and be like, you know what? It's already getting made. I don't know.
Imagine if Tommy said that, man. Like the whole internet would just explode.
I tell you what, that would be a pretty awesome announcement to be like, hey, we're good for October. And just be like, what?
And he just comes there. You get one. You get one. Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets an Amico. Battlestar Galactica is a great was the space battle version, which was really supposed to be Battlestar Galactica. And
you like that game?
Perry. Yes, it's was originally supposed to be Battlestar Galactica, and they ended up doing a homebrew and changing everything to Battlestar Galactica. Great box art too, but it's pretty much space battle.
Space battle?
Yeah. When they first were doing it, they didn't get the license, but it was supposed to be from what I heard.
It's really good.
That looks so like the homebrew version, it's basically that game, but they do redo all the covers, and I think even in the game in a couple parts they reference like the space or the Battlestar Galactica. Defender of the Crown I haven't got, so that was on the Amiga. Okay. Perry. But anyways, well, we're a little over an hour, so I'm about to cut her, folks.
I'm gonna go watch my Montreal Canadiens lose the last game in the Stanley Cup final.
Oh my! Oh man, that's sad. When I haven't really watched any hockey this year because I was just like the last 2 years.
It's over after tonight.
Yeah, I know, right? Just the way you said that, I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Chuck, how are you not into sports being from Detroit?
I mean, back when Wings were doing awesome, that was cool. When the Tigers were doing awesome, they both are. I shouldn't say that live on the air, but they're both not doing very well now.
He's a fair weather fan.
Yeah, I will. I'll jump on the bandwagon when I start seeing them do well. I mean, I don't know. I've supported them through so many bad seasons and years that I just kind of went, you know what? When you get better, call me. I'll be there for you. Because it's just not I got my Detroit Tigers colors on with my logo. It's orange and navy.
Orange, burnt orange.
Yeah. So, but anyways, thanks, chat. I'm sorry if I didn't get to everything, but and thanks, Pete. Thanks, Jeff. And we'll see you next Monday. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one right there.
Yeah, you're gonna have a busy next Monday. I think Chuck's gonna be very talkative next Monday. I got a feeling.
A lot of stuff coming for the channel and some exciting stuff.
All right, later, boys.
Later, guys.
See ya.